It's not anything to be ashamed of to say, well, it kind of looks like that structure's worked quite well for the entire duration of mankind, and so maybe we mess with it at our peril.
You're hearing about family values from the childless and unmarried. Don't follow them.
The women have to stop blaming men for their sense of malaise or misery.
I didn't create you people to kill and torture and rape each other. I created you to be good to each other. I love the God who had a flood.
So, real quickly, this is a response to a news story that broke about protesters going in front of an ICE facility, tearing down the American flag, ripping it on the ground, and then hoisting up on American soil a Mexican flag, the Mexican national flag. And I'm pissed. Oh man, am I pissed. I am not happy. I want to go full 1776 on these assholes, because this is my country. This isn't Mexico. Mexico doesn't belong here. We kicked their asses a long time ago. We kicked them down south of the border. They want to call us the lost colonies. Boo fucking who. I don't care. This is my country. I want my values, my constitution, my law to be relevant on our land, on our soil. And I want these people to be treated as violently, and as with such prejudice as if they had raised a British flag in the early colonial days of, say, 1780 on a military installation. If you had raised the British flag on American soil in 1780 on a military government installation, I want that punishment taken out of their hide. Now, they weren't so kind back then as they are now. Back then, if you did something that atrocious, you would be hanged. You would be shot. Or something slightly less harmful, you could be tarred and feathered. Which people have died from. Wasn't that common, but you could die from being tarred and feathered. Not a fun activity. So, that was my immediate visceral reaction, and once again, you shouldn't feel bad about that. You shouldn't feel bad about that at all. Now, a comparison was made on the Facebook page trying to compare this protest to the quote-unquote unlawful occupation of an Oregon facility by the Bundy brothers. Which, a case I'm actually quite familiar with, because one of my co-workers' father-in-law was shot and killed in that standoff, in that protest. His name was Lavoy Finicum. And he was shot. There's drone footage of him with his hands in the air being shot in the back by American agents. Despite all of that, I need to make it abundantly clear, Lavoy Finicum was a proud American. His sons are proud Americans. They never once even thought of the idea of hoisting another national flag on the top of that building, let alone some other bullshit flag of their own. These were American men who had been criminalized and targeted by the government, and they invaded an abandoned building that was symbolic, because this building was the administrative center, or was supposed to be the administrative center of the land that they were falsely accused of having their cattle graze. The government wanted to accuse them of their cattle grazing on this land. Mind you, on top of the hypocrisy of the fact that we pay farmers not to grow food. These ranchers are doing their job. They're working hard to live their American dream. And yet the government wants to punish them for it. Punish them for the industry. They want to punish their capitalism because, well, if you're working hard and you're making money off of it, we have to punish you because that's how socialism works. That comparison annoyed me. He was upset, apparently, that they had protested, and a jury of their peers found them guilty, not because the statute didn't define them as guilty, it was because the people said the law is wrong. And that is exactly what the founders intended for our country, and thank God for it. That's all I had to say. I have 2 more items of business. One is a special thank you to Chad Singer for the wonderful donation from the through the BitChute contribution button. Thank you for that, Chad. You're awesome. You're a stud. Secondly, I will be in a live stream at 8 o'clock Central, which is in about 5 or 6 hours, give or take. So I will see you all there. As always, stay carnal, and bye.